So let's start the question number 15. Question number 15, though this question is from a very basic book, I always recommend, and that book is obviously, you know that this is the Fundamental of Mathematical Statistics, Gupta Kapoor. This is directly from there. So if you are from the sunrise classes, you must have gone through it. If you have not gone through it, must go. Got the point? So must do those books which is very basics for the statistics students. So see here what this question says. It is known that 8x minus 10y plus 66 equal to 0. 40x minus 18y is equal to 214. Whenever this type of question will be asked, actually this has been given the regression equation, then there is a suspicion, there comes a suspicion in such case that these are two equations. So why be given two equations? See, whenever you have studied the regression analysis, and in the regression analysis we have talked of two lines of regression, always two lines of regression. One was the lines of regression of y on x, and the another was line of regression of x on y. Got the point? And so that means these two lines of regression in x and y is those two lines. Got the point? So see here, though there is never mentioned it is that which particular equation is the line of regression of y on x and which particular regression is equation of x on y. But whenever nothing is said about, the first will be the regression equation of y on x and the second will be the regression equation of x on y. Got my point? So we will see these two. Now let me just see what the question says. It says the regression coefficient of x on y is 0.8 and the correlation coefficient is 0.6. See here, if we will be able to find the regression equation of x on y and regression equation of y on x, then we know that the correlation coefficient is the geometric mean of the regression coefficient, and that particular result can be used. And then last, the most probable. So first of all, we will try to see this in the scenario of the standard format of a regression function or regression line. The standard form that we have studied is y equal to a plus bx. Is it? This was actually the regression equation of y on x, and in this case a and b was nothing but a cap and b cap. Got the point? So b cap was called b cap. Generally b cap is written byx. Is it? So this is the regression coefficient of y on x. So that was byx, and this is actually equal to b cap. And there was another, when we were writing the regression equation of x on y, we generally write x equal to a plus by. Got the point? Or in another terms, we can say that a cap plus b cap y, where this b cap is nothing but bxy, which is the regression coefficient of x on y. Got the point? And this was actually b cap. So what we will do here is we will try to write these two equations in these terms. Got the point? In this format. So let me just write the first equation in this format. When you write first equation, just see here, I am just doing here the calculation. See here, it will be 10y minus 10y. So this should come in this side in the RHS, and it will become 10y equal to, got my point, 10y equal to 8x plus 66. And so if I am erasing this 10, if I am dividing the entire equation by 10, then you can find here that y will be equal to, got my point, y will be equal to 8 upon 10x and plus 66 upon 10. Got my point? So this will be 8 upon 10x and 66. So here a cap is equal to 66 upon 10 and b cap is equal to 8 upon 10. That means I can write here that byx, this is equal to b cap, is equal to 8 upon 10. That means this is equal to 0.8. Is it? That means the regression equation of y on x is 0.8. So here there was something like 0.8. The regression equation of x on y. So this is not byx. If the value of this is coming again the same, then we will see, but otherwise it's not coming. Now the second equation, let me just see. In this case, x should be at one side and y and other constant should be at one side. So I am writing here 40x, see here 40x equal to a means 214 is already there, so a cap 214 plus b cap, that means 18y should be there, so 18y. Now see here, you can easily find that if I have to put only x this side, then entire equation should be divided by the 40. So I am just dividing it by 40. It will give you x equal to 214 by 40, got my point, and plus 18 by 40 and y. So x is equal to this. Now in this case, you can see that b cap is equal to 18 by 40. So that means bxy is equal to 18 by 40. Now the value of this is equal to 0.45. You can find it very easily. Got the point? So this is not 0.8 and this is equal to 0.45. Got the point? That means the first statement of this question is wrong. The first statement, that regression equation of x on y is not 0.8, it is actually 0.45. Got the point? So this is the first. Now once we have found byx and bxy, we can use it to find the value of r. We know that correlation coefficient is the geometric mean of the regression coefficients. So let me just write here the correlation coefficient, that is r. R is the geometric mean of, but always plus minus is added. Got the point? Geometric mean of regression coefficient, that is bxy and into byx. Got the point? So bxy into byx. Now see here, r will be equal to plus minus, you can write here the value of bxy and byx. The value of bxy is 8 upon 10 and value of byx is bxy is 18 upon 40. Got the point? So 8 upon 10 and 18 upon 40. 8 upon 10 and 18 upon 40. So I am just writing 8 5 ja 40, and then this is 0.36 root under. Got the point? Now see here, I am just writing it with the plus minus sign because it should be added. Plus minus root under 0.36, whose value will be plus minus 0.6. Now see here, if you have studied it, then you know that whatever be the sign of the, because r can be negative, r can be positive, even bxy can be negative and bxy can be positive, byx can be negative, byx can be positive. So what should be the sign of r? The sign of r, as it is very basic to know, that the sign of the correlation coefficient will be same as the sign of the regression coefficient. And here sign of both the regression coefficient is positive, that we can see that this is positive and this is also positive. Got the point? So that means r will not take any negative sign, but it will take only the positive sign, r equal to 0.6. Got the point? So r is equal to 0.6, and so the correlation coefficient is 0.6. The statement 2 is the correct statement. Now it has asked the third statement, and it has asked about the most probable value. There are lots of years in which they have asked the question of this type, in which they have just asked you to write the most probable value or most perfect value or sometimes most precise value or best value. Now by the best value or optimum value, that does mean that whatever is the fitted value, whatever is the fitted model we have, try to find the value of y from that particular model for the given independent variable. Got the point? Now here x equal to 30 is given, and you know already that this particular equation, whatever we have written, that is the regression equation of y on x, and this particular equation that we have written, the regression equation of x on y. These two equations are actually the best fitted equation, because see here b cap that we have written is b cap actually, and b cap is the least square, or you can say maximum likelihood estimator. Got the point? So this is the best fitted line. So the most probable value will be given by this one. Now the second thing, first is that most probable value should be given by putting the value of x in either this or in this. Got the point? Now which particular one, sir? Actually, because x is given, and you may have studied in the assumption of the linear regression model that for the linear regression of y on x, x should be known. Got the point? X should be non-stochastic, or x should be constant. And constant does mean which is known to us, which is given to us. So the given value here is of x, and that's why to find the value of y, we need to put it in the regression equation of y on x. So regression of equation of y on x is 8 upon 10 x plus 66 upon 10. And if we put the value of x here 30, then the value of y, whatever we get, that should be the most probable value of the y. Got the point? So let me just write here that y will be equal to 8 by 10 into the value of x, that is 30, and plus 66 upon 10, is it? So the value, most probable value, you can say most probable value of y, this is equal to this 3. So this is 24, and plus this is 6.6, which will be 30.6. So this is 30.6. Now let me see what is the statement given. The most probable value of y when x equal to 30 is 30.6. So this one is also the correct statement, and so what you can see is the statement 2 and statement 3 is correct. So statement 2 and statement 3 is correct for the option B. Option B is the correct option of this question.